My dear students, in this class, let us learn about the basic concepts of anemia. Blood is the fluid connective tissue. It performs multiple functions. It transports food materials to various parts of the body. It transports oxygen towards the tissues and the carbon dioxide towards the lungs. And it is also responsible for transporting hormones, antibodies, etc. As a result, blood happens to be a very vital fluid in our body. And for a clinical pathologist, blood provides a wonderful tool for diagnosis. By observing different components of the blood, a clinical pathologist or a doctor can estimate that or can diagnose the real nature of the infection or real nature of the disease. Majority of the diseases can be understood, can be studied, analyzed, diagnosed by blood tests. In our body, of course, many fluids will provide a platform for diagnosis. Any fluid in our body can be tested and it can give or it can leave some clue regarding the nature of the disease that is present in that particular patient. Blood test is done for malaria and also for certain very common disorders. Blood happens to be the connective tissue of our body and it contains plasma and different blood cells, namely erythrocytes, WBC and blood platelets. For example, if you take dengue fever, the platelet counts drastically decrease. Like that, in case of malaria patient, if you observe the erythrocyte shape, in malaria infection, in malaria prevalence, RBC will exhibit certain swollen condition, and this swelling of RBC or this swelling of any cell due to the presence of a parasite is known as hypertrophy. That means malaria can rightly be identified by observing the shape of the RBC. And also in case of malaria patient, there are many stages of plasmodium in RBCs. So by observing the blood cells, disease nature can be easily diagnosed and identified. Now let us observe one disease or one disorder, one physiological disorder, namely anemia. What is anemia means? I have already told that our blood has got one important component, namely red blood cells or erythrocytes. The production of erythrocytes is known as erythropoiesis and the production of entire blood is known as hemopoiesis. Erythropoiesis and hemopoiesis occur in bone marrow. If erythropoiesis occurs in normal range, there will be normal count of RBC in the human blood. That means under healthy condition, any individual will have nearly 5 million RBC per cubic millimeter. If the erythrocyte number decreases, that is called anemia. So simple definition of anemia is, you can observe in the background slide you can observe there are two petri dishes. One petri dish is almost crowded with RBC. In the next petri dish you can find much space between the RBC. That means RBC are very few in number in another petri dish and these are found scattered. So this petri dish where you find very less number of RBC is the blood of anemic patient. That means this petri dish contains the blood of anemic patient. So simple definition of RBC is nothing but erythrocyte, and simple definition of anemia is decrease in the count of RBC is called anemia. And you can also define anemia in some other terms, because RBC is the seat of hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is present on RBC. If the RBC count decreases, automatically hemoglobin quantity in the circulating blood also decreases. The drastic decrease in the quantity of hemoglobin in the circulating blood can also be defined as anemia. So right now we have given two definitions for anemia. Anemia is decrease in the count of RBC, and another definition is anemia is decreased percentage of RBC and also decreased percentage of hemoglobin on the RBC, especially in the circulating blood, in the peripheral blood circulation. So if the quantity of hemoglobin decreases in the peripheral blood circulation, then it is called anemia. But what is the reason for this? What is the exact root cause for this anemia? It may be caused by nutritive deficiency. That means if any person is on iron deficient diet, iron is responsible for the formation of hemoglobin. Hemoglobin contains heme part and also globin part. Heme contains iron part. The metal that is present in the hemoglobin is iron. Unless there is sufficient supply of iron to our body, we can't synthesize hemoglobin. There should be enough resources, enough treasure of iron in our body that is available for hemoglobin metabolism. So if hemoglobin concentration decreases due to decrease in the quantity of iron reserves in the body, then it is called nutritive anemia. So anemia, undoubtedly, it is nothing but the decrease in the count of RBC. Undoubtedly, it is decrease in the quantity of hemoglobin in the circulating blood. It is characterized by the decreased quantity of hemoglobin in the circulating blood, no doubt about that. But what may be the source for this? The source or the reason for this anemia is the less quantity of iron or no iron. If any person is not taking sufficient quantity of iron, that person may suffer from anemia. Such anemia which is caused by iron deficiency is called nutritive anemia. In some other case, for example, you take folic acid and cyanocobalamin, two vitamins. Folic acid and cyanocobalamin vitamins are needed or required for the maturation of RBC. There may be sufficient count of RBC in our body, but sometimes due to lack of these two crucial vitamins, namely folic acid and cyanocobalamin, the RBC may not get matured properly. This leads to immatured RBC in the blood circulation. Immatured RBC do not contain sufficient quantity of hemoglobin. Thus, deficiency of cyanocobalamin and folic acid may also cause anemia. Especially the deficiency of cyanocobalamin results in one type of anemia called pernicious anemia. And there is one more type of anemia called sickle cell anemia, which is a genetic disorder, of course. We will come to know about that in the subsequent slides. In sickle cell anemia, as the name indicates, the shape of the RBC is not biconcave. The shape of the RBC will be sickle shaped. And normally this sickle cell anemia is found in Negroid race, especially in African tribes. And surprisingly, it is found out that the patients of this sickle cell anemia are immune to malaria. Nature is so bountiful. Nature is so bountiful. God is so kind. If He gives you some sort of trouble, He will also give you some sort of advantage. If He makes you the patient of sickle cell anemia, He will make you immune to malaria. So that is one sort of anemia, namely sickle cell anemia. There is one more type of blood disorder called thalassemia, and another type of blood disorder called a different version of thalassemia, of course, Cooley's anemia, like that. Let us see how many types of anemia are there based on morphology of RBC, count of RBC, strain that is being absorbed by RBC, like that. We will see in the subsequent slides. Let us go to the next slide. So, for this slide, you remember that anemia is nothing but a decreased number of RBC or decreased quantity of hemoglobin in the circulating blood, or change in the shape of RBC sometimes causes certain anemias, and certain anemias may be caused due to nutritive deficiencies, vitamin deficiencies, and some anemia, some types of anemia may be caused due to genetic problems. Now let us go to the next slide. Decrease in the count of erythrocytes in the blood is called anemia. Decrease in the quantity of hemoglobin in the circulating blood is also called anemia. Normally, while estimating different components of the blood, certain terms are used by the clinical pathologists or lab technicians. There is one term called PCV, packed cell volume. In certain anemias, packed cell volume is less than normal range. If the PCV is less than normal range, that person can be branded as anemic. Decreased oxygen carrying capacity of the blood. I have already told this, I have already explained this, because in anemia patient, the quantity of hemoglobin decreases, automatically he feels some sort of suffocation. As a result, there will be decreased quantity of oxygen in the blood of such anemic person. Anemia is detected by, of course, the following parameters like erythrocytes volume, erythrocyte count, hemoglobin quantity. Normally, women are more anemic when compared to men, because women have one problem called menstruation. In this menstruation, normally the uterus endometrium lining will be peeled off, and along with this peeled debris of uterus, even blood will be lost. As a result, they may run short of blood and also they may run short of hemoglobin. So, let us see what is in store for us in the next slide. Morphological classification of anemia. There is another term called MCV. MCV means mean cell volume. MCH mean cell hemoglobin. MCC mean corpuscular concentration. MCHC mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration. Mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration. All these parameters are the indicators for diagnosis of anemia. There is one sort of anemia called normochromic normocytic anemia. Chrome means color, cyte means cell. In this normochromic and normocytic anemia, the color of the RBC is normal and the cell shape is also normal. In this type, MCV, MCH, MCHC are normal. Erythrocytes are found scattered in the blood smear. Normally, there should be 5.5 million or at least 5 million of RBC per cubic millimeter. In such cases, normally they found piled over each other. They are arranged in the piles. They arrange themselves one above the other, forming Rolex. Here, in case of normochromic normocytic anemia, you find the RBC in a scattered condition here and there in the blood smear. It is attributed to hemorrhages or empty bone marrow. I already told that bone marrow serves as the organ of hemopoiesis or organ of erythropoiesis. And in aged people, aged persons, because aging is very normal, we can't prevent it. In young people, there is red bone marrow. Red bone marrow is very active, whereas in older people, this red bone marrow is gradually replaced by yellow bone marrow. And sometimes the bone marrow will be totally squeezed off or drained off or dried away due to the process of aging. In such cases, the entire bone marrow will be absent. That means the entire cavity within the bone will be empty. It will be devoid of any sort of bone marrow. In such cases also, such normochromic normocytic anemia may occur. Hypochromic microcytic anemia. Hypo means less. That means they look somewhat pale. Microcytic means micro means small. So they look smaller than their original size. MCV, MCH, MCHC values decrease. Erythrocytes show pale color in hypochromic microcytic anemia, often associated with iron deficiency. Cooley's anemia. Cooley's anemia I have already told that it's a type of thalassemia. There is one more anemia called a normochromic macrocytic Anemia, often associated with the deficiency of folic acid and vitamin B12, which I have already made it very clear. Folic acid and vitamin B12 are essential for the maturation of RBC. Normochromic microcytic anemia, that means color is normal but the size of the cell may show some sort of degradation or decrease. Etiological classification. Anemia may be caused due to excessive blood loss, that may be due to accidents, surgeries, ulcers, cancers, etc. Nowadays we are eating junk food, pizzas, burgers, etc. What you eat, so you become. You will become what you eat, because food is an integral part of your system. It becomes integrated in your body. So if you eat junk food, it may cause ulcers. Ulcers may result in anemia. Aplastic anemia. Due to any bone marrow disorder, if the bone marrow loses its capacity to produce erythrocytes, then that results in aplastic anemia. Hemolytic anemia. It may be due to thalassemia or sickle cell anemia. Nutritive anemia is caused due to iron deficiency, and multiple pregnancy is one of the reasons. Especially in rural area, if you observe, in a fit of emotion to beget a male child, they go on conceiving. In such cases also, in such cases of typical multiple pregnancies also, anemia condition may be found. Megaloblastic anemia is caused by the deficiency of either folic acid or vitamin B12. Now let us go to the next slide. What are the symptoms of anemia? I have listed out many types of anemia like nutritive anemia, thalassemia, sickle cell anemia, normochromic microcytic anemia, hypochromic macrocytic anemia, hypochromic microcytic anemia, like that. Now let us see the symptoms of anemia. Respiratory shortness of breath may occur, because I already told that the anemic patients may be running short of hemoglobin. In such cases, they may get suffocated. When they walk for a few seconds, automatically they run short of breath. Hypoxia. This is nowadays, it's commonly found in corona patients whose lungs have become weak, and they may not be knowing that the oxygen percentage is decreasing in their blood, and that is called happy hypoxia. Fainting, sudden fainting may occur. Fatigue, muscular weakness, changed stool color, yellowing of eyes, sometimes chest pain or uneasiness, and yellow coloring of skin. These are the symptoms of anemia. Normally, if one becomes anemic, it is better to depend on diet rather than on medication. Ask the patient to take right food, balanced diet that includes certain essential vitamins like vitamin B12 and folic acid. Then this disorder can be cured. This symptoms can be cured. So that is about the different types and aspects of anemia. Thank you very much.